Hello everybody, and good morning. Buenos dias. I hope you're having the most amazing day. It's so beautiful out here right now. I wish you could feel this amazing energy that's all around right now, because we're in nature. We're out here in the country, away from the concrete jungle, away from the distractions and all the noise, and away from all the pollution. We're out here in fresh air. It's nice and breezy. Beautiful sunrise as well. Anyway, I hope you're having an amazing day right now, and just want to say hello and shout out to all the amazing TEFL teachers living their dream, traveling around the world, and of course making a positive impact in the lives of their students. So this video is very, very important. I've worked 2 days to prepare for this. I've brought some things to show and tell, just like when I do my English lessons with my students. So you're in for a real treat. Make sure you grab your pen, make sure you grab a little piece of paper or your notebook to take some notes, and we'll get right into it. So a lot of people keep asking me, Camden, how to get more students, how to build up regular students, how can I get the parents to notice me so I can get more lessons and make more money. That's right, I need more money, Camden. Well, it's not like it's going to happen overnight, and it's not like just because you want something in life, then it's going to happen in your life. You've got to be a match for what you want in your life in order for things to go in your favor. Okay, so if you want to get more students, have more regular bookings, I'm going to share the 11 best methods that you can use, the 11 best teaching methods that you can use in order to get parents to see you, to notice you, and to realize that you are an amazing teacher for their child. Okay? So you have to remember, I've been doing this on Palfish since April 2016. I love cultures, I love languages, and I love communicating with new people. So the number one method, the number one reason why on Saturday after I finished teaching, Saturday evening, I had students writing to me, hey Camden, I can't book your classes. It's always full. Parents messaging me, hey Camden, what's going on? My son can't book a lesson with you. When can you open up your schedule more? And then I even had some Palfish admin message me and say, hey Camden, we need you to open up permanent fixed time slots on Sunday in the evening because the student really misses you. So, I'm filling you in on why are people lining up and waiting to have a lesson with me. So number one is, and as I mention all these things, these are things that I've from time to time incorporated into my lessons, shown my students, because I love show and tell. I had an amazing third grade teacher, and we always did show and tell, and that was a great way for students to get up out of the seat and to speak in front of the class, because you can get nervous when you speak in front of your peers, especially at a young age. But the more and more show and tell presentations that we had, I became more comfortable, and I believed in myself more to get up in front of the class and to show books and to show things that were interesting and I was passionate about. So I got a whole bunch of stuff right down here. So here we go. The number one thing is, as I've mentioned a few times before, I purchased these books. They're called Chinese ebooks. Okay? Now I got these in Chiang Mai, Thailand back in 2017. It's hard to believe, time flies. Now, when I show you this, for example, if I have a new student or a regular student and I feel like, I haven't really showed them this yet, or, want to show them something different, and I say, hey, look, I have some Chinese books. So for a new student, they're first going to be like, wow, the teacher knows some Chinese. And if it's a regular student, they'll just be even more excited and enthusiastic about being in the lesson with me, because I'm tapping into their language. I'm tapping into their ways of communication. So you can check and tell that I put in the organization. I put in the time and the effort. Another page. I'll just show you guys, because I love to do handwriting. I love English cursive writing. I really, really do. So when I got these books, and I'm sitting there relaxed, and I'm writing, practicing my Chinese writing, the calligraphy, I start to become relaxed inside, because sometimes, my mind can just race and race and race. And, throughout my life, I've had to deal with anxiety and stuff like that. So being able to do handwriting and to be able to focus my mind and my brain, and also my, motor skills, I kind of tap into a different part of my brain, and it allows me to, it soothes my soul. And then the second book is this Chinesey every day, okay? So inside, it has really cool illustrations, and I'll show you my favorite one real quick. It's the food, of course. So right here, you have, this is the most famous one right here. So this one is rice, and this one is noodles, okay? So you can start to get an idea of how our students are learning. Here's the fruit, here's the melon. And when I show students like this, it's not like I show this throughout the entire lesson. No, it's more like 15 seconds. Hey, look, I'm studying Chinese also, to show them that I care and I'm interested to learn more about their language and their culture. And that is a great way, especially with a new student, not just as like an icebreaker, but to show a little bit of a unique side, a more genuine, authentic side of your teaching style, of what you do in your personal life, because they will be interested, and now you've got their attention, okay? So, number two is, I've visited China 4 times. So some of the teachers out there have taken my advice and gone to visit China, and they've gone on to have more and more lessons and get more regular bookings. So I went to China 4 times. August 2017, I went to Beijing. I've met a lot of students. They all took me out to restaurants. They took me out to the Forbidden City, the Old Summer Palace. We didn't get to go to the Great Wall, but I'll save that for another time. And I did live streams inside the restaurant on Palfish, and had, over 1,000 people come just on a free live stream. And having the parents take me out and to show me their hospitality, it was amazing. I've never been greeted. I've never had the hospitality on that kind of immaculate scale as I had in China, because it was like, you have to understand again that education is everything in China, and they place a huge amount of emphasis and respect on teachers. So when they take the teachers out, it's like, we're going all out. We've saved our money for the teacher to come to our home country and to our home city, our hometown, and we're going to take them out and give them a memory that they'll never forget. And that's exactly what I got. And then September 2017, I went to Kunming for almost 1 week, met more students. It was the most amazing experience. I got to go to a dinosaur museum. I got to see an amazing play, Chinese play. It wasn't an opera, but it was like a performance with dancing and singing and acting. And it was about the hill tribes that are in the Yunnan province. So it was a truly magical experience. And then October, I went to the Sichuan province in Chengdu, but I didn't even stay in the city that long. I was only there for a few days. My friend Alan, who used to be a student on Palfish, he's much older. He has a family. He's like, 36, much older. He's much older than 14 years old, right? And he brought 2 of his friends along with me. They basically wanted me to open up an English language school for kids, right around the corner from where they live, their home. So they took me to the mountains. It was a 4-hour, almost 5-hour drive outside the city. and the most amazing mountains, landscape, and I almost froze to death at night because we stayed in the mountain. There was no heater in the room, and I was totally unprepared, but that was an amazing experience. And then I went back to the Yunnan province in December. I went to a place called Lijiang, and if you see my thumbnail for this YouTube channel, that's where Lijiang is. And it was over 4,000 meters high. It took us like on a sky lift, and we just went like way up to the top of the mountain, and it was the most magical experience of my life. I've never been that high in elevation before. The most blue sky. I felt like I was at the top of the, the stratosphere or something like that. Felt like I was so high, and the sky, and people had oxygen masks, and I started freaking out because I didn't have an oxygen mask, and didn't feel so dizzy, but felt a bit out of my element, and had to walk slowly, but it was just an amazing experience, and just makes me so happy inside to know that I've had those moments and those memories. And as I'm saying this to you, I want you to go out and to travel around the world and, go visit China. You're going to understand so much more about your students, how to build a relationship with your students. And a lot of students will want to come and meet you. Parents will want to meet you. So that's the way to get a lifetime regular student, is by just going to China, take lots of amazing photos, and then when you're in the lesson, whether it's, again, a new student or a regular student, and you show them a picture and say, hey, look, yeah, I've been to China. It could be for 15 seconds, it could be for 20 seconds, and then tell them where you went, ask them if they've been there. And again, now you've got their interest. Now they realize, like, wow, this teacher actually came to my home country. Because you have to remember, the Eastern world and the Western world, it's like two different worlds, like night and day. So when you go to China, it's so much different from where I grew up. It's so much different. So for a foreigner, a Westerner, to come and visit China as an English teacher, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. And you have to get that and realize that. Number 3 is Chinese calligraphy. Now, it's not writing, it's an art. Chinese calligraphy is something that's huge in their culture. A lot of parents save up money just to take their kid to a Chinese calligraphy class. Now, I have 2 little books that I'm going to show you real quick. I'll just show you one. So, one of my students, again, they gave me so many presents when I came, and I requested this. They gave me a pen to write with, and it has some like parchment paper almost. And again, it's not like I make the whole lesson about me showing them what I have. No. I can just show them like this because remember, my teaching method, I have a hyperactive tendency where I go from one piece to the next one, and then boom into the next subject, and then boom to the next topic, and then boom back to the lesson slide, and then boom back to something else. And I'm constantly grabbing their attention. I'm constantly switching it up, and I'm at the same time still remaining relaxed throughout the whole process, because that's just who I am. And it's important for you to tap in to your teaching magic, your teaching goodness. And you have to understand what works best for you, and also what's working best for the students and for the classes that you're having. So again, taking the time, and as I write this, it's like pulling me back into ancient China, into the history of China. And you start to feel these subtle vibrations on a spiritual level. And when you go to China, and we all see the big buildings, the skyscrapers, so many people in China and the cities. But then when you get out to the countryside, it's like, whoa, you go to some places that are so old and so ancient, and you feel like you're tapping in, like you could feel it in your soul. You're tapping into something that's 1,000 years old, thousands of years old. And it's just a wonderful feeling inside to have. And I just hope that you one day can have that same experience by going out and visiting China and to see what it's all about. And the next thing is one of my amazing students. This is from Free Talk Lessons back in 2017. As you guys can see, a high school student did this for me. You know, I had students of all different ages, but for a student to take time to buy this paper, it's not cheap, and then to actually do something as beautiful and talented and dedicated as this, it blew me away. Like, that's why I keep it in my room. I keep it close to me. I keep it next to me when I'm having my lessons. And again, if you have a new or regular student and you show something like this, you're gonna make a memory. You're gonna make an impression on them forever, forever. Okay? So the next thing is, the next one is number 4. A lot of the people in China are impressed with my geography skills. So again, a lot of my teaching methodology is based on the Q&A. So when I have a new student, or even if it's a regular student and I haven't asked them in a long time, I'll ask them, where are you from? And 9 out of 10 times they're always gonna say, I'm from China, teacher. And I say, I know, but where in China? And then when I ask them where they're from, I'm already mentally picturing the whole geography, the whole map of China. So you've got to become an expert on the geography in China if you want to find new ways and topics to talk and have conversation building and build a relationship with your student. So starting with Guangdong, Guangxi, Tibet, Xinjiang, Ningxia, Gansu, Heilongjiang, Liaoning, Suzhou, Fujian, Henan, Hunan, Hebei, Sichuan, Yunnan. I'm just mentioning a few. There's actually 26 provinces in China. So then when I start listing all the provinces to a new student, their mom and dad might start giggling in the back or start speaking in Chinese because they're impressed that a foreigner knows so much about their country and all the different locations. So a lot of parents are early on very impressed with the level of knowledge that I have for the geography in China. So you've got to do the research. It's not like you just start on Palfish and you start getting all these classes. I've been putting in the work for 3 years. This is 3 years of knowledge and wisdom that I've built up. And this is stuff I do outside the lesson because I'm a real teacher. You know, I like to educate myself. I continue to learn. I continue to develop new brain cells by studying every single day, different things that are of passion to me and things that are interesting to me. And I hope that you can just, get off the sofa, get out, get moving, start researching, start to learn more about your students if you really want to become a full-time teacher and make lots of great money and have lots of great students. The next one is number 5. I'm very passionate about ancient Chinese philosophers. I love history, as I've mentioned, and it's stuff like Qu Yuan. He was a famous poet in China, and when he died, that's the reason why they celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival, and that's why they eat the zongzi. So I'm very blessed that I have a Thai wife, and the neighbor and my wife, they made some Thai rice dumplings. And in Thailand, they make it with sticky rice, coconut milk, and 1 small banana. And so I had 6 rice dumplings, and in Chinese, they call it zongzi. So yesterday when I showed, it still smells so good. So when I told my students and I showed them, hey, look, today I had some zonza. I have 4 zonza today, 4 rice dumplings. And I wish you guys could see the look on their face and the parents' expression and their level of curiosity and excitement. And they're like, what, teacher, you ate the rice dumpling, And I tell them I ate 4 one day, and I tell them that in Thailand, it's a little bit different. So did you even know that Chu Yuan is the reason why they celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival? You've got to research the holidays and the festivals in China in order to learn more and to have more Q&A, helpful and healthy Q&A in your lessons, because that is how you're going to bring out the fluency and comprehension skills in your students. So again, I'm constantly in a motion of show and tell with my students, because I want to show them what I like. Because when you show somebody, when you show people things that you enjoy and you're passionate about, they can feel that energy. They can feel it because you are the teacher, you are instructing the lesson, and they've got to get excited about learning English and being in the presence of you for that quick 25 to 30 minutes. And the music, I love Chinese music. Sometimes the student might play the piano for me, or play the saxophone for me, or play the violin. I've had all kinds of stuff in these lessons. And the parents will hold the camera and the kid plays piano, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, yo. This is the best TEFL life ever. So, do you know about the guzhen? Do you know about the guzhen? Do you know about the erhu? You got to understand these musical instruments. I already know a lot of this stuff, and I'm learning more and more every day. So that way, when I say these things to my students in the class, they're getting a mental picture, a mental download of, whoa, this teacher is very different. I want to have more lessons with this teacher. Number 7 is my constant forward progress in the lesson. So as I mentioned, I go from one piece to the next, and to the next topic, and to the next slide, and to the next topic, and to the next Q&A. I'm constantly moving forward, and also planning for the future lessons. Parents want a consistent teacher that's giving them instructions in the feedback report about what to do and what to bring for the next lesson. So all the time in my feedback reports, I'm always requesting, please bring your favorite book to class. Please bring something that you love in your room. And then in the beginning of the lesson, or somewhere in the middle of the lesson, or even at the end of the lesson, they can show me their favorite book. They can talk about something that they like. I have one kid that literally the whole lesson, he always wants to show me dinosaur pictures. And then when I show them, hey, look, I went to a dinosaur museum in China in Kunming, Lufeng, the Lufeng Dinosaur Museum, and they book all lessons with me now. And it's like, wow, this is amazing. I'm getting to talk about dinosaurs in the lesson, and the kid's showing me his dinosaur books, and he's writing Ankylosaurus and Stegosaurus and Triceratops. And it's just one of those moments where, like, I found the best lifestyle ever, teaching English online, teaching English abroad. And then I just start drinking some coconut water after the class. So, number 8, we got a couple more, guys, okay? Guys and gals. Number 8 is my relaxed approach during the lesson, because modern day China is very fast paced. It's very competitive. Population, huge population. So there's competition in every single field. And there's a huge emphasis on test scores. Like in middle school, before they go to high school, they'll take the Zhongkao, which determines where they go to school. And then, of course, the Gaokao, which is like the college entrance exam. So there's just so much to constantly learn. It's hard to wrap it up into a quick video here on the YouTube. And then, my relaxed approach, I keep it chill. Sometimes I tell the student, hey, look, just relax. Take a deep breath real quick, because they've been doing homework all day. They've been go, 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 go. And then when they get with me, it's like, wow, I can take a deep breath. And I say, hey, just remember to relax, enjoy yourself, finish your homework, and then you can have some free time. And it's like a refreshment for them when they get into the lesson with me. And that's, again, why students and parents keep lining up to book more lessons with me. Number 10, we got 2 more, guys. Come on. 2 more TEFL teachers. Number 10 is my ability to connect with students from a holistic and a Socratic pedagogy. So again, it's, for me, all about Q&A, all about getting the student talk time up so I can learn more about my student, what they like, what they don't like, their interests, where they have traveled, what they like to do in their free time, about their class, their classmates, their teachers, what their parents like to do, what they like to eat, everything, you name it. And that is the Socratic method, is constantly asking them, okay, why do you like it? Why do you want to travel here? Why, right? And remember, pedagogy from the Greek meaning of paidos, meaning child, and agogos, meaning leader. So we as teachers are here to build leaders out of children. That is our sole purpose as coaches, mentors, instructors, teachers, is to build leaders out of children. That's the true meaning of pedagogy. And then number 11, my photo library. You know, it's not just showing a picture of a beautiful beach and like, hey, look, I'm on the beach, I'm cool. Because they're gonna see that as cocky and boasting. And that's not really something it's very different. Like in America, we show pictures and we want to brag on Facebook and social media of what we've done and where we've been and stuff like that. But in China, it's very different, you know. They come at it from a completely different perspective and different approach. So if I do show a picture of somewhere that I've traveled, or something like here, you know, in the food forest, or me, you know, with a banana tree in the back, I have a message behind it. I have some kind of vocabulary phrase that they can apply and then practice with me so they can continue to build their fluency and their comprehension skills. So you've got to have a great photo library organized and ready to go, so that when you're in the slide and you finish that slide in the lesson, and then you can extend and enhance that slide by showing something that's related, and then the student is going to have a great time in the lesson. And then your outro, I forgot to mention this, your outro. So for me, when I get ready to say goodbye to the student, you know, I can't tell you exactly what I do. Okay, well, I'll just say, okay, let's say Steven. Let's say, all right, Steven, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Peace. And when I say peace, they really like that. So the first time it kind of caught them off guard, and I could see their look on their face, and then when I exit the class. And then now, in their subconscious mind, they remember that I always say peace. And I got the parents saying in the back too. And now the kids are like, peace, teacher, peace. You know? So there you guys have it. You know, it's time to level up. It's time to upgrade your teaching style, your methodologies. And it's time for me to go make a delicious smoothie at the house. So if you have any questions about anything I said in this video, please let me know below. If you have any questions about teaching English abroad or teaching English online, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for all the questions and comments throughout all these videos on the YouTube channel. I love to answer questions. I love the inspiration. And if you need some TEFL counseling, some guidance, be sure to email me. I'll leave my email now in the description on every single video. So you can email me, introduce yourself briefly, and then we can schedule an appointment time, 30 minutes, video conferencing, one-on-one with me. And of course, my new book is coming November 15th. So if you want a free little sample on Halloween, I'm going to drop it on Facebook and Instagram to anyone who's interested. So I just shared a lot with you, a lot to take in, a very long video, but we got through it. We had a great time today, and I hope that your lessons go amazingly well, and I hope that you keep learning more about how to teach better. And it's not just a job to pick up a paycheck and stay at home. This is something that I love to do. I love culture, I love language, and I love people. So have a beautiful day, stay positive, stay healthy, and stay wealthy, and keep coming every single day. Be consistent. And then you'll just think, wow, this is the most amazing TEFL lifestyle in the world. Thank you so much. Peace.